The start of the NBA regular season, a time filled with excitement, anxiety, and above all, hope. It's a time where fans of every single NBA team can look ahead towards a new season of their favorite team. This regular season, however, is going to look a little bit different. The NBA and its players agreed to a new collective bargaining agreement, one which implements a feature commonly seen in European football, a mid-season tournament. What'll that look like? We have to wait and see.
Six topics.
Alright, hear me out. We're not here to talk about whether or not this tournament is a good idea. We're just here to decide how it plays out, and above all, just like every podcast, talk some basketball. I mean, as fans of the sport, we can't help but get excited over higher stakes in regular season games. And above all, as a Raptors fan, I have something to look forward to other than losing the play-in again. So let's begin with the East today.
I'm Yousuf, and this is the NBA Mid-Season Tournament Review. Let's go.
Group A in the East is off the bat one of the more interesting groups to look at. With the perfect balance of contenders, mid-tier teams, and fun young teams, it really does have the most potential to cause a shock in my opinion. One major domino that we talked about in the latest episode of the Six Talks podcast, link in description, is the James Harden situation. Does he end up playing for the Sixers? Do we have another Ben Simmons situation? How does that affect the overall morale of the team? I mean, it's a group that has a new leader in Nick Nurse, but the roster is pretty much the same.
Does Tyrese Maxey take the jump into stardom? Does Embiid stay healthy? How many shoes does PJ Tucker truly own? These are all the questions that we have, but once again, ties back to the James Harden situation. I guess we just gotta wait until it plays out.
If I'm a team like Cleveland or Atlanta, I'm incredibly excited to try and win this group. I mean, in a tournament like this where every single game matters, I look at a team like Atlanta to cause a real upset in this group. They've been in situations like the play-in where they don't crumble under the pressure. I see Trae Young looking at this tournament as a new challenge and taking it head on. I think Cleveland obviously has the talent to win the group, and adding a guy like Max Strus only elevates their chances. I just wonder if Donovan Mitchell will elevate his game for these specific tournament games, because you know damn well Trae Young will. Staying healthy is a big priority for them this year, so I wonder how many risks they'll take with lineups and minutes for this tournament. We all know Indiana has playoff aspirations, but this tournament really gives them a chance to make a name for themselves. They got a fun team, and adding Bruce Brown to that roster is really going to help. They're a real dark horse team that'll be exciting to watch. With Detroit, this tournament should be really something they look forward to. This is a time for Cade Cunningham to emerge as the leader of this team and really look to cause some upsets. I mean, Asar Thompson is looking like a real defensive monster, and they've always got Jaden Ivey ready as well.
Overall, a really fun group that I can see going many different ways. I see Atlanta topping the group in an upset, followed by Philly, then we'll go with Cleveland, and then we'll end the group with Indiana and Detroit. I think mentality is going to be a really big thing in this tournament, and a team like Atlanta, I think they're going to be going into this tournament with the mentality of trying to win this entire thing. It's going to be a fun group though.
Group B is a very top-heavy group with 3 teams that have high expectations this year, and 2 that are already looking at draft boards for next season. The Milwaukee Bucks are looking at a major bounce back after a disappointing end last year. Giannis is already giving fans a heart attack looking at the quotes about his future in Milwaukee though.
As long as we play and we approach the game every single day the right way and we all sacrifice for a common goal, I can see myself being in Milwaukee Bucks for the rest of my career. But the moment I feel like people are not committed as I am to get that golden thing in the back, I am not. I'm a Milwaukee Buck, but most importantly, I'm a winner. I want to win. And I have to do whatever it takes for me to win. And if there's a better situation for me to win the Larry O'Brien, I have to take that better situation.
Well, at least you got him this year, Bucks fans. Regardless, in my opinion, he's still committed to Milwaukee for this season, and the Bucks still have one of the strongest rosters in the league. I thought the Malik Beasley addition is really going to strengthen their bench, and again, as long as you have Giannis, you'll be fine, Milwaukee. Well, that changes things. So, the Bucks got him? That is legitimate shocker. At the end of the day, Lillard didn't go to his preferred destination, but he went to the next best thing. This now makes the Bucks the favorites to win not just this tournament, but the entire damn championship. Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo sound like the perfect duo fit-wise and talent-wise. And I know me personally, I'm excited to watch them play. New York is also coming into the season looking relatively the same, with their only noticeable addition being Dante DiVincenzo. I mean, great player, but I would have used that money to address some of their other needs. Nevertheless, their guard rotation is looking really strong right now, led by Jalen Brunson. Having Grimes and Quickly off the bench is going to cause some problems for some other teams. The ultimate question, as always, however, how will Julius Randle perform? Regular season, he was outstanding last season. Then the playoffs came and he slowed down tremendously. The playoffs were when it became Brunson's team, so I wonder what it would look like for both of them to play at an elite level at the same time. They also got RJ Barrett, who, while inconsistent, showed flashes of brilliance in this year's FIBA World Cup. Times are fun in New York right now, I can't lie to you. Damian Lillard. They get him, they're instantly favorites to win this group and the championship. They don't get him, everyone's disappointed and the Heat have completely messed up their offseason. Only time will tell how... Jesus Christ, man. This is the biggest L possible. Lillard is upset because he didn't go to Miami, the Blazers are upset they couldn't accommodate their star, the Heat are upset because their only acquisition this offseason was Thomas frickin' Bryant, and of course the fans of the league are upset because they don't get to see a duo of Lillard and Jimmy Butler. I mean, you can't count them out ever, but I just find it hard to believe they can recreate the magic of last season. Losing Strus and Vincent isn't being talked about enough in my opinion. Now they're relying on who? Tyler Hero to take that jump? Kyle Lowry to turn to old form? Jaime Jaquez Jr. to run the bench? Never count Miami out, but it seems like they put all their eggs in one basket. Wonder how Jimmy's doing.
Is my emotional state. I'm one with my emotions, so it's what you get. Yeah.
The last two teams, yeah. I mean, the Hornets can look forward to Brandon Miller, and LaMelo's gonna be healthy all year. And if Kai Jones is being serious, then they have the next GOAT. See? Positive. Yeah, Wizards, I ain't got nothing except you're currently praying that Jordan Poole has some next level revenge arc, and becomes the next coming of Jesus Christ. Yeah, your team is awful. Other than that, you're looking forward to the bottom of the East, let's be real.
As for the standings, I'm going to go with Milwaukee in first place. I just think that duo of Giannis and Dame is unreal. Then we're going to go with Miami, then we'll go with New York, and we'll end the group off with Charlotte and the poor Washington Wizards. I think that top three could go in any order though, so it's going to be a really fun group to watch out for.
Group C, a group filled with perpetual mediocrity and the Boston Celtics. All jokes aside, this is probably the weakest group, which could very well end up helping out a couple teams. I think it's fair to say that the outstanding favorites are the Boston Celtics. Losing their franchise icon Marcus Smart hurts, but I think it's a fair price to pay for a player like Porzingis. He has a couple health questions, but hopefully he'll be fine coming into this season. The biggest question is how he'll fit alongside Brown and Tatum. I mean, he's never been anything less than the second offensive option, so it'll be interesting to see how he works this out. Losing Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon hurts, but Drew Holiday is one of, if not the best perimeter defenders in the league. The biggest question is their depth, but if some of the pickups they've made are at all serviceable, then they'll be a force to be reckoned with. I also like the additions of Banton and Brissett to low-risk, high-reward pickups. I think Brissett is the more likely of the two to actually get some playing time, but Banton has definitely showed some flashes. Who knows, maybe he can put it together this season. Still looks weird seeing him in green though, I can't lie. The Brooklyn Nets are in a new type of era. They have draft capital, they have a rising young star in Mikal Bridges, they have solid pieces around them. For now though, it doesn't seem like they're going to make too much noise. I mean, their roster is just meh. A real intriguing piece is one that was on the team last year, in Ben Simmons. I mean, reports say he's fully healthy now, reports are saying that he's ready for a revenge type of year. I'm sure that would help the Nets right now, but Ben has received a lot of scrutiny over the past few years. And for now, I'm just happy he's on a team like the Nets, where he can just focus on playing basketball. We're rooting for you, Ben. I hate my team. No matter what rumors happen, no matter what free agents arise, no matter what trades become available, we all knew the Toronto Raptors were running it back. I mean, I'll start off positive. They still have some really good players. Siakam, OG, Scotty could have his breakout year. Pirtle, Gary, I love the pickup of Dennis. But you look at other teams, and just like the Nets, I look at the roster and I go, meh. Again, this could all change and make me look like a complete idiot. But for the Raptors, I think their focus this year should be implementing Scotty Barnes more into the offense. I mean, the goal is for him to develop into a star, no? That's why he was off the table in talks for KD and talks for Dame, right? It's all really confusing, but like we always say, Masai got a plan. God, I hate my team. Chicago are genuinely in the exact same situation as the Toronto Raptors, minus the Scotty Barnes. I look at their roster and I just wonder what their plan is. DeMar's value is only going to go down the older he gets, same with Vucevic. Levine started picking it up near the end of last season, but other than that, there's not really much to be excited about if you're a Bulls fan, to be honest. Their only hope is the miraculous rise of Patrick Williams? Sadly, just don't see it happening. This is the year for the Orlando Magic. They've got their potential superstar in Paolo Banchero. They've got their supporting pieces in Franz Wagner, Markel Fultz. They've got promising young players like Anthony Black, Jet Howard, and even Jalen Suggs is still there. This is the year they should look towards winning games. It's time to build the culture that the Orlando Magic aren't a free win anymore, and I think they can do it. And it starts with this tournament. They do well in this tournament, and they can build some serious momentum in their push for the playoffs. The sky's the limit for them this season. Embrace the challenge, Orlando.
This group is a little bit more straightforward for me. I'm going to start off with the obvious pick, the Boston Celtics topping the group, but then I'm going to go with the upset. I think the Orlando Magic are going to come second in this group. Then we're going to go with Brooklyn, followed by my Toronto Raptors, and ending off the group with the Chicago Bulls. Apologize to all Orlando Magic fans. I very well may have jinxed your team, but I honestly don't care. And there you have it. The NBA Midseason Tournament Review Eastern Conference Edition is done now. Exciting matchups and higher stake regular season games await us. And until then, stay tuned for the Western Conference Edition. I'll see you guys next time.